Hi, Patu.
Hello, how are you? Hi out there.
Patu is a Facebook expert.
I love it.
And can you tell us, Patu, what is the benefit of starting up a page as opposed to a group in Facebook?
Well, a page is about an individual. It's about your own personal project, and it is things that you are doing, whereas a group, from my understanding, is more or less about organisations, where an organisation, say like a charity, would set themselves up as a group, and people would sign into that, and it would then talk about the group, whereas your own page is about you.
So in regard to marketing or get to people, what's the best way to get to people about your message?
In my case, it was actually a lot of groundwork. I didn't have anything in general. I didn't use what they call SOE, which is system optimization engines or things like that, where you pay for traffic. I was lucky in the sense that I knew a few people, so I went out and got them to be friends. I actually solicited, which Facebook frowns upon, by the way, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Did you do that by searching the person's name and then adding them as a friend?
Yep.
And liking their page?
And liking their page, yep. Things like that, yeah.
So now, if you were to post to a group, is it easier to... So do you have a lot of people in your groups? Change my...
I have over 4,000 people in my particular page.
On your page?
Yeah, on my page, as friends. But I have access to another 125,000 people in other groups that I can share, and I share my posts with those groups.
Through groups.
Yeah.
So you make a post then, and then you type in a group's name and share it to them?
Yep.
Right. And do you have your own group as well?
I have my own page, I don't have a group.
A group, okay, so you're doing it through pages, and that works just as well?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Why would somebody have a group then?
Well, groups is more or less, well, a page is about an individual.
Yeah.
A group is more or less about an organisation.
Yeah.
Where you have a number of individuals belonging to that group for a common cause.
Is the sharing process the same with a page in a group?
I don't know. I don't know, because I've never used a group.
Yeah.
But you can have...
And groups can be private or open.
Yeah, groups can be closed.
Closed, yeah.
Yeah, I do have a group, by the way, which is my family, my extended family group. That was set up for me. I don't know how it was set up.
So if you do a post to your group, every member who's in your group will see that post.
That goes, would see that post in that group.
As opposed to being on a news feed where the post could get lost.
That's
so
correct.
If you just do a post on your normal Facebook page or your normal Facebook, that post can get lost if other people are posting.
Now, to get around that on a page, I tag people.
You tag people, yeah.
Now, unfortunately, you can only tag up to 100.
Right.
Before Facebook kicks you out, sort of thing, which is a bit of a worry, because if you want to get to as many people as possible, by tagging them, what happens is that their friends see it as well.
Yeah.
So you actually extend your base, And if you're wanting to get a message out there, to me, that is the best way of doing it.
Tagging.
Yeah.
Because the other way to do it then would be to post to your group, or can you post to other people's groups? So if you've created a post,
you post by sharing.
You post, so can you? But you have to first. That group has to be not private to let you post to it.
Or you can be part of it.
Or you can be, yeah, so you've got to be a part of that group to be able to then post to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so then you can share to that group. Yeah, and that way you can get to a lot of people if they let you into their group.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes the groups may have an administrator whose role it is to vet any posting that comes through.
Yes.
So if you have an understanding with them, which I do have with a couple, as soon as they see my post, they're allowed to go through. So it doesn't automatically get through.
That's right. So the administrator is going to check whether they're going. Well, that's a setting, isn't it? That would be a setting on the group that you want to check. Because I know I've got that on my timeline. So if somebody wants to post to my timeline I get a notification to say that somebody wants to post to my timeline, and it's sitting in a box waiting for me to accept it onto my timeline. So that comes back down to your privacy settings
That's correct.
of what you've done.
My
Yeah.
page is public. It's open to anyone and everyone.
And people can post on it.
Yeah, but I have the final say. If I don't like it, I get rid of it.
You can
know.
delete it. Yeah.
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 And I've done so. If it gets in the way of what I'm trying to,
Yeah.
the message that I'm trying to get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I give latitude now. When I first started out, I was just accepting anyone and everyone, and of course you weren't getting a good value of friendship, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I got a lot of trolls, had a lot of trolls on there, and dare I say it, had a lot of people who wanted to go in there for dubious reasons, you know, all sorts of things. I've managed to shave them out, and I have a policy now about accepting friends. You know, I now don't go out and seek friends. I have many people wanting to join my page.
And how many
my
friends can you have?
Well, on a page, they say 5,000.
5,000 on a
Yeah,
page,
yeah.
and then in a group, how many can you have?
It's open.
It's open, so it's
Yeah.
unlimited.
Yeah, it's unlimited. Yeah.
Right.
So, I have 4,200, and I've stopped accepting. I've stopped seeking friends, and only taken those who want to be added to my page, and that's about 50 a week.
So what I'm hearing here then is the benefits of a group is that you can have unlimited number of people. You can do a post to that group, and everybody in that group will see it, but people outside of that group won't see it.
If that's your setting.
If that's your setting. So because you can probably, okay, so then you can still post into your news feed as well as post to your group, as well as, and so then that's one option. Or the other option then is just to have the page, but you can only have 5,000 people, and with the page you need to do the tagging, the individual tagging.
I think you can also do tagging in a group. I've never used a group, but I think
In case it got lost,
I
yes.
think the process is still the same, you know.
Yeah.
If you want to tag.
Because it still could get lost, couldn't it? I mean, if the group gets really huge with 100,000 people, somebody can do a post and it can get lost. You may not see that unless you're tagged.
Well, the group is more about a collection of people with a common interest, okay? And so they don't normally tag because of that common interest. So if someone wants to post something to that group, you've already got that common interest. And I've seen this particular group has 50,000, that when someone posts that people are interested in, they get up to 1,500, 2,000 likes in about 15 minutes. You know, so it's all about that common interest in a group.
And you've got to read down though. You've got to drill down into the, you know, you can go to that group or you can look on your own news feed. And if somebody posted at 8 a.m. in the morning and I'm not looking at my news feed till 11 o'clock at night, there
You
can
could
be a
lose it.
lot of posts on top of mine
Yeah, you could lose it.
that I may not even see it. And that can happen in a group too, which is why you tag people, so that that person's going to get a notification to say you've been tagged in on this, and then you actually get to see it. So that's the power of tagging, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it's only limited. It's limited to 100.
On a page. I wonder if how many it's, but it's very time consuming though, tagging, isn't it?
Well, yeah, the whole thing about tagging is quite laborious, it's time consuming, which takes up most of my time, but it has its payback. You know, you're actually getting the message out there. But I'd like to see it where you can group it, you know, to various different groups. For instance, I deal with a number of organisations, what we call food vans, who come and frequent the homeless community. I would like to have, you know, it grouped into those food vans, so they can just go bang, you know, and all the followers of that food van would be tagged, you know.
So you can't tag a group.
You can't tag a collection of groups. Only one
Alright,
at a
so you
time.
can just do one at a
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
But that's still more efficient than doing one person at a time,
Yeah.
depending if they're in there. So if you created a group, if you got all your followers to go into a group, that would be more efficient, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Then you could tag them all your Facebook page people. I'm inviting you to come to a group, and then you don't have to tag them all individually.
That's right.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Padu.
Okay.